Well, welcome again to another edition of the Hallelujah Gardening Guide. Today we're going to talk about sprouting. Sprouting is an exceptionally exciting topic to talk about because people will say, I live in an apartment, I have no access to any garden space. Well, you can still garden. You can grow sprouts right in your kitchen any month of the year. And they produce a product that is beyond, really, as far as nutritional density is concerned, there's no comparison. For instance, the vitamin A content increases from the vitamin A in a sprout 300 times once you activate that sprout and it starts to grow. The C content can increase as much as 500 to 600 times what was originally there in the seed. And so what we're going to show you is how you can grow a garden right in your kitchen any month of the year, and you can have organic produce to place upon your table and to feed your family with. Okay, here's the equipment and the seeds we're going to show you how to use in growing sprouts. The small seed, like the radish seed, the broccoli seed, and similar types of seed, we're going to grow in a mason jar. Usually I use a gallon jar, but for the sake of this video, I'm just using a small one, and we'll show you how that process works. And then we have over here a sprout bag. Now this is what we grow the larger sprouts in. I'm going to show you how we're going to do some lentil sprouts in just a moment, sunflower sprouts, and other of the larger seed sprouts. And this is all done right on your kitchen counter, right next to your sink, and it's a very easy process to produce some very healthy seed. In fact, back during Y2K, when we were concerned about the ability to have our food supply and the loss of electricity and so forth, I had in my storage bins many pounds of various seeds and grains and legumes, so that in case of emergency, I would be able to grow organic food. All I needed was water, and that is something that's also been a concern for me. Every home I've had in most of my adult life has been near water, so if the water stopped running from the tap, we had a means of getting water so that we could hydrate our body, we could flush the toilets, and of course we could grow our organic sprouts. We're going to grow some small seed first, and this is a mixture of seeds here that contain alfalfa and let's see, it's alfalfa, and it's got some broccoli, and it's got another seed. It's a three-part mix. And we're going to take and open up this bag of seed. We're just going to take a tablespoon of seed. We're going to put it in the mason jar. And then what we're going to do is take and cover that seed with water. We're going to let it sit by the side of the sink out of sunlight until morning. The next morning, we're going to take, and this is easy to do, it's a piece of an old nylon hose, it's been washed of course, and we're going to put a rubber band around it to hold it in place. And then what we're going to do is we're going to let the water drain out. Now remember, these have been soaked overnight. I'm doing it without the soaking here. And we're going to take it the next morning. We're going to rinse them well, and I like to rinse them twice just to make sure that they're nice and clean. And then if you have a drainer on your sink, we're just going to set it on the drainer and let it continue to drain out. We'll do that all day long out of the sun. That next evening, we're going to once again rinse them. I like to do it twice. Make sure they're well rinsed. And we're once again going to set it in the drainer along the side of the sink. After a few days, you'll start to see little roots come out of that seed. At that point, they are ready to eat. And it is so incredible that you're going to have, in just a few days, right there in your house, fresh, garden fresh food that you can put on the table, put into your other salad fixings, and have a delicious and nutritious addition to your diet. Okay, now we're going to do larger seed. This is lentil seed, but it could be sunflower seed, it could be mung beans, it could be other seeds such as that. For this type of sprouting, we're using what we call a sprout bag. And I'm going to take these seed and I'm going to place them into the sprout bag. Then I'm going to take the bag and just close it up with the drawstring. And I'm going to fill a bowl with water. And by the way, warm water, not hot water, but works very well. I'm going to let them soak there overnight. The next morning, I'm going to take them and put some fresh water into the bowl. I will rinse them and then find a place where they can hang to drip dry. Actually, they don't dry, they will maintain their moisture, and they will stay in that moist state throughout the day. Then at the evening, we're going to once again put them in and this will be fresh water. We're not going to soak them for any period of time, we're just going to rinse them well, and then we're going to go back and we're going to hang them in a place where they can drip. And we do that for about 3 days until you start to see the little roots starting to come forth from that seed. At that point, they're ready to use, and you can use them immediately, and you can also put them in the refrigerator where they will store for quite a few days in a very usable condition. Sprouting, I can't emphasize enough how wonderful they are, how nutritious they are, and what an incredible way that you have, no matter where you live, no matter what season of the year it is, to grow organic food, fresh for the table, right there in your own home.
Hi, this is Willie from Hallelujah Acres, and I'm here today with another quick tip, and this one's about getting your carrot seeds off to a good start to get them germinated so they don't dry out. So what we'll do is we'll plant some carrots in a light seeding down our bed. Then we'll take some type of a mulch if we've got something that we can use, or we'll cover them lightly with soil, and we'll just put that in place. And it's just a light covering, something that's easy for the seeds to grow through. So we want something that's got a fairly small particle size. Our next step, we'll water those in. And we want it to do something that's like a gentle rain so we don't disturb the seeds too much. So a sprinkler head like this is great on the end of your hose. We want to make sure they stay fairly moist. So we want this to really soak in. So it'll take a few minutes to get them watered in well. And once we've got that done, what we'll do is actually take some scraps of wood and lay them right across on top of the carrot seeds, and that shades them and protects them from drying out when the sun's out. And the only thing you'll need to do is every day just come out and take a quick look and see if your seeds are starting to germinate, and as soon as you see their little heads poking up, you can remove this. In the meantime, just make sure it doesn't dry out. You might need to water it again if it takes several days for your seeds to come up. And that's another quick tip from Hallelujah Acres.
So this is George Malkmus saying it's been delightful to be with you for another episode of the Hallelujah Gardening Guide. I trust you'll try sprouting. I think you'll enjoy it.